it was still bowling season, so like yeah, I'm sitting by the door at Tudor, and they're sitting by the dartboards, and I hear Rob, and it's Chris, the bartender.
Oh,
like,
Chris, better. Love Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Says, come here, and ended up they're like, that's that bass player, right? What?
Yeah, I didn't know.
We saw you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think you would play with us? And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. Hey, Rob, So, we ended up getting up and jamming, playing a few of their songs, and it just clicked. Like,
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
It's really cool to hear how bands come to be.
Yeah.
Because there's always some really
I
neat
wanted
stories.
Rob to be in our band so bad. Cause
they had a bass player, an unnamed bass player.
Yeah, that wasn't really working out. Like, his heart wasn't in it all the way. Like we needed it to be.
That means everything.
Doesn't always click.
Not a bad dude, but just it wasn't a good fit, And we needed. I liked playing with him. I want him. Luke said I couldn't have him.
Yeah. So
Damn.
couple months go by.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Couple months go by, and my friend Noah has a radio show, the Noah's Ark Show. Yeah. And I just pop in there like when I wasn't bowling.
With beer.
Yeah, I'd pop in there with beer, and I'd stop down, and I can't remember if it was you guys or Chloroform that I saw first. I think it was you guys, but anyhow, yeah, it was May.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like May, we got interviewed, and then when he
This is when
came
you
down the
started the
stairs, I was
website.
like, oh my god, it's that freaking guy.
Yep.
I was like, I'm like,
And
I
he just had
oh my
beer
God,
and he came with a 12
came with a
pack.
12 pack. I was like, oh my god.
No, Molson Golden.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I couldn't. I'm like, who is that? And Noah was like, it's Rob, and he's like, I'm like, can I get his number? I didn't know like that they knew each other or anything. So like, he gave me his number. I called him, and it was we had a really busy summer booked, and I was like, our bass player's going out of town for 3 weeks. I need a fill-in. You want to fill in? And Rob came and filled in.
Yeah.
Tell him the rest of the story.
Well, the radio show. Back to the radio
Yeah.
show. Like I get to see, their band play finally.
Yeah,
like,
played acoustic.
Yeah, playing acoustically, and they had the full band with the former trumpet player and everything, and everybody walked out, and I'm hanging out with Noah, and all of a sudden Amanda comes back down the stairs and says, you know what? I really fucking love your bass playing, and we're probably gonna see each other again soon, or something like that nature, right? And and just like a month later, I get a text from Amanda saying, hey, Rob, it's Amanda from Randle and Late Night Scandals. I got your number from Noah, and our bass player's going on vacation, and we really need it. To, I still have it. If we would really appreciate if you could fill in with us while this guy's gone for 3 weeks. He was gone on a family vacation, and so I did.
And it rocked.
It rocked
so bad.
And and the 3 weeks went by, and the former bass player came back, and they're like, we don't want to let you go. I said, I don't want to leave. And
it was awesome.
And so all right, well, I have a guitar and a guitar amp. I'll play second guitar, and we were doing that for a while. We did that for a few weeks. Yeah, and
so you were a 2, 4, 5. So you were a 6-piece band for
didn't
5
have
weeks.
Kim
Oh, okay.
Still a 5-piece.
Still a 5-piece.
Yeah, it was July last year.
Different drummer, different bass player.
The original
Okay.
Three of us.
All right.
And
Not hardly ever though.
yeah, and so the bass player would show up when he wanted to. Basically, if it was a paying show, he would show up. If not, then likely he wasn't going to show up.
And he knew Rob played bass, so he didn't care.
Wow.
Because Rob could just fill in, which wasn't cool.
Oh, that's not cool at all.
Yeah. So I'd bring out the appropriate gear for the show or whatever, and so we were playing Monday nights
at South
Shore Beach Club every Monday night, and I brought my bass gear. I had my bass gear with me. I was at a friend's house by the airport, which is it's like a triangle from here's Angola, my house and my friend's house out in Cheektowaga, and I get a call like,
Beep.
unnamed bass player is gonna show up tonight. Like,
We'll fix that.
Yeah,
I said, really? And so I had to go all the way home, take my bass gear upstairs, bring my guitar gear
Oh my
downstairs,
god.
and my guitar amp was not light, and I was like, oh, this sucks, but it's gonna be worth it. And like, we played the first set,
Yeah.
and started the second set, and all of a sudden, this is what you want, isn't it, Randall? And he's taking his bass off.
Because we
And
got
I'm
into a
like-
fight.
Yeah, and she's like, bye,
Dun, dun,
bleep.
dun.
Bye, bleep. And he goes, good luck finding a bass player. He goes, he's standing right next to you, bleep. Except right now he's got a guitar in his hands.
And I was like, 1, 2, 3, and we just kicked
yeah.
into it.
And I started playing bass lines on
On
the
your
guitar.
guitar, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
and just
oh my
finished
God.
the show.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Another great story.
That's it.
First drummer, didn't, by his own volition, didn't want to play with us. Like, then the second drummer just didn't fit our style. So W came to watch us at a show at DBGB's, a happy hour show, and sat there in the front row with his wife for the entire show. And after the show, I didn't know who he was. I'd seen, because Rob and W had played in the band together, the Filthy Little Angels. And I'd seen them before, but I forgot, he's the drummer, so I forgot who he was. I didn't know exactly who he was, but he comes up to me after the show at DBGB's and he's like, hey, grab the singer. He's like, grab the singer, I want to talk to you guys. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? What does he want with us? So I went to Amanda and I'm like, hey, this guy wants to talk to us. She's like, yeah, I know, he said that to me too. So then, we went out back. Basically, he told us, he was like, listen, I understand where you're coming from with your drummer situation. I watched the show. You guys are a great band. Like, the drummer doesn't really fit with you.
I'm a better fit.
So he like watched
basically,
it and
I can
actually
do this
said
better
that?
than him. Yeah. And
You're
so,
like that drummer's like not into you guys?
No.
but he just wasn't a good fit.
Like
he's a rock.
like a sore thumb?
He's a pop drummer, pop rock.
He
Oh,
and
yeah.
he couldn't swing.
we're
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
a genre-less band, We appeal to, we have 75-year-olds that love
Yeah.
us. That'll
Like
watch
literally,
us,
we'll
Yeah.
dance the
Yep.
entire
Yeah.
Gene
We
Dance
have-
Machine.
We have 15-year-old,
The
kids that
same.
love us.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody in
Two things
You're
I
very
heard.
user friendly.
One thing is my wife said it's a band of misfits.
That's cool.
You have to be. And the other thing
Look
is,
at the
one time
bottom.
Luke said to me, if you can't relate to somebody in the band, then you're not in the audience because there's one of everything up there.
Yeah, we
Pick
got-
somebody.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I wanted to get into the band too. You
Is
get
there
to
a
play a
misfit?
lot of things. You get to play a lot of styles. You're not stuck in one groove all night.
Yeah.
No.
You could be anything.
Different styles. So like we might bring a song to the
Usually
table,
not
but
exactly.
everyone is a part of like the process. We might bring the bones. You know what I mean? But this is like the soul. You know what I mean? Like we bring the bones
And
and
I
like
bring the jazz.
So
You know
much
what I mean?
character.
and everybody likes
really
like, they like jazz. I don't really like jazz music. How crazy is that? Like I just it's not my. I like R&B and soul and like Motown.
That comes
You
out
know,
in you,
that's like
too.
my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
of all times. But I also like punk rock and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
so
then-
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love all different. Everyone loves different types of music, so it's kind of like putting your own spin on like our own creation. Like I don't know. It's just really weird.
When we were, the first month of practices, when we'd be playing, all right, we're going to play a country song. And then we didn't
Yeah,
like
country.
it. But he's like, he knows the difference between a country shuffle, a country western, a country blues,
Like
a sad country. Like, there's different styles within those genres.
Yeah.
So we just had to find the particular one we needed him to play because we're
he
not
could do
drummers,
anything.
so we don't know what to say.
We don't know
Yeah,
how
he-
to. But mainly, I think a live show comes off good with us because we have so much fun when we're up there. Like literally, I'm not 90% of the time. I don't know about these guys, but I'm not really paying that much attention to the audience. I'm kind of like. I'm looking
It's
at
a
these
good
guys.
thing,
I'm
yeah.
dancing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want the audience to be entertained. Because I have terrible stage fright. So like, I'm up there, like it's until the third song is over. I'm like freaking out mentally. I'm
Wow.
like literally freaking out. That's why I got
And
my
now it's been 2+ years.
and it doesn't change.
Wow.
They'll tell you every single time. Like, oh my God.
I find that very interesting.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
yeah.
our viewers will find that
Yeah.
interesting
But
too.
it-
Joe
who
Packer's
actually
70
get the
years
stage
old and
fright.
still gets
Yeah,
stage
but it
fright
helps
over
me. I think in
Van
a way because it
Morrison.
just gives me
Wow.
like a, gives me like a, I just kind of detaches me from the situation. So I really lean on these guys. Like I look at Kim, I'll call it like bees, and she gives me this in one of our songs. We have like little things for each song. Like I'll, like there's like little
Give me the
parts in every
bees.
like whiskey pill. I'll look at her and be like, give me the bees, and she does this like you know what I mean. All these things that we do, we have conversations the whole time we're playing. We're just laughing with each other the whole time we're playing. It's the funnest. These are my best friends. Like I love them. So it's like, there's nothing better. So.
Do you guys have any intent or desire to like go outside of Western New York?
That is like my number
It's our
one
only
desire.
desire.
Like,
What is your motto?
not that we don't like Buffalo, we love it here. My motto when we started
your
this,
motto.
my motto was like first the city, then the world, then the country. Because I really like I like people, and I love people. I want to travel. I want to be able to meet different people. I want to be able to play for different people. So I want to make Buffalo like our home base. I never want to move out of Buffalo. I love it here. Like I don't want to take it to Nashville or anywhere else. We have it good here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really, that's the next stop is to get out of here for a while.
I have my passport.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just to try to like, I want
Spread
to
your
live
wings.
here because I feel like they would like us. I feel like we could.
I know it.
I feel like we could do all right. Like I'm not saying we're gonna be billionaires or like a million people are gonna love us, but I know that people would like us.
Interesting.
I like your story. I thought Luke was badass. He came to my open mic. He was the only one that would play with me. Like I played with other people, but it was like bluegrass and stuff, and I'm like, I hate bluegrass. Like, I mean, I like when other people play it and to hear it, but like I don't like to sing it.
Okay.
It's just not my style. I feel like I'm falling asleep with the mic.
Okay.
It's like I like other people doing it. It's, I'm not bagging on the genre or anything or like the style or people who do it. It's just
People like to perform different things.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't my thing. So when I started the open mic, Luke was consistent. He came every week. He stuck with me the whole time. And like he helped me find everyone else.
Still the only one in Randle in the late night scandals.
He's never missed
2.5 years to never miss a practice.
He's never missed a practice.
We've had Randall, we've done instrumentals, we've had Victor's missed them, Kim's missed them, W's obviously new,
And Luke
So-
is the rock, man. He deals with my rap all
Oh no!
the time.
I have a red one I'm missing. It has applause on it.
When poor Luke, man, deals with the wrath of Randle. My tears,
got
my
it.
tantrums. Yeah,
There we are.
My tears, my tantrums.
But for me, it's been worth it again, for like everyone else, every step of the way. I was in a different band when I met her. I moved to Buffalo in 2000. What's 2013 minus 7 years? 2006. 2005. Yeah.
Where are you
January. I was born in Texas. I'm from Naples, New York.
Oh, I was thinking Naples, Italy.
Yeah, or Florida.
That's why you have to-
Yeah. No, neither are the cool ones. I'm from Naples, New
Naples, New
York.
York is super cool.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's
2,000
good.
people, small town.
Grapes.
I went to UB for a year and failed miserably, and then
Wineries.
just moved back to Buffalo. But yeah, I was in a band, and I met her at her open mic. Our band, we played a lot. We played at least once a week, usually. But it just, we were all right. I had to sing. I'm a terrible singer
He's toned up.
for anybody. Yeah, so I had to
He's a
sing
great
lead
guitar player, though.
in that band. So yeah, it was, I'm a really blues oriented like guitar player, and what I grew up listening to was blues and the classic rock in the 50s. My dad loved the oldies, oldie stations. So when I moved away from the band I was in, the more jam band style stuff, back to like the roots that I grew up playing, it was really more enjoyable even than the band I was in. So needless to say, I'm not in that band anymore. But this one's been, just so fun.
A juggernaut.
Because I get to play those blues
A Yager.
songs, I get to play, the jazz songs.
I think you meant Yager, not.
Yeah, it really all gets pulled together.
And he gets to, like, he writes it, so it's like,
That's super cool.
we work really good together. We're like,
Yeah.
all of us work really good together.
It was really
It's like
simple,
critical
too.
in a band.
Yeah, it was
To be
easy.
successful, to gel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer,
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
but a lot of bands don't. It's
Even the
you
Beatles
wanna-
fired their drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or take a
Yeah,
bullet.
you have to be the right fit.
Yeah.
You do.
If it doesn't fit and it just goes on and people get frustrated, that's what leads to band arguments. I've been in 100 bands. I know. This works, because it's a band of misfits.
Yeah.
Well, how many bands have there been that
Or
if just
tramps.
one member was different, they
Yes.
would have been a famous band, you know, or they
Yeah.
would have
Yep,
played.
they would've worked, but if you don't have the whole thing working, one of the wheels is gonna fall off sooner or later.
We had fun